to the Rich Myers Podcast Show.
I'm here. I'm here today with Juke Johnson. Welcome to the Rich Myers Podcast Show.
Hey, Rich, how you doing, man?
I'm still kicking.
It's good to be back with you, man. I can tell you, look at you done upgraded, man, so much. I think when I first did your show a few years back, from now, like, wow, this is great, man. That theme song is awesome.
Yeah. Probably had a little bit more hair too.
Hey, between the both of us. Hair is overrated, buddy.
I listened to your track on Pretty Blue Eyes. It was pretty awesome.
Thank you.
What influenced it?
Well, I didn't write it. I didn't write this. Actually, I believe it's three songwriter friends of mine. I do a lot of stuff with Tommy Eubanks, Roy August, Michael Blaymore. Pitched it to me to sing, and another great song that these guys are awesome. They're I think the most talented songwriters out here right now. I've done a slew of songs with them, for them, and they just have some great songs. They're great songwriters, great team, and that's kind of what it takes to make a great song, is having a great team. And I feel like I got the greatest indie team around.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's take a listen to it.
When I need to get away from the pressures of the day and the struggles of this life, I just fall into your arms, safe from all the harm, and get lost in your pretty blue eyes. There are times when this man has all he can stand from all the corporate lies. At times like these, I find the need for your pretty blue eyes. Your pretty blue eyes hold all my dreams. They bring them together and tie up the ends. You're my safe harbor, the light of my life. I can see heaven in your pretty blue eyes. When the day begins, you're my lover and friend, standing strong by my side. When I'm feeling weak, you are my strength that I find in your pretty blue eyes. When you look at me, love's all that I see shining from your pretty blue eyes. Your pretty blue eyes. Your pretty blue eyes. Your pretty blue eyes.
That was a great song.
Yeah, they wrote a great song, man. It just everything, when it happens, everything falls together, and everything kind of just boom, great songwriting, great musicianship, vocals kind of fit, like a T, like with a glove. You know, it doesn't always happen, but when it does, it's just like, man, you just can't. That's one thing that technology can't do. I think just the feel. You can probably write songs, or you can probably do a lot of things, but it's just the feeling of it. And what a good song does for you. So that's pretty new. I mean, I think I just did it like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and it's not even been released yet. So it's going to be coming out real soon. So we're real excited about it. I think we're all pretty excited about the batch of new songs that will be coming out soon.
Yeah, I know it. Makes you feel good when somebody comments or puts a check mark or something like that. Thumbs
Yeah,
up.
yeah, definitely. You make music. You make me. For me, I make music for people to make people feel great and to encourage people. So when people like it and they say, hey, like, or hey, that's great, then I know I'm doing my job and kind of what I'm out here to do. I've accomplished it, and it it does is the longer I do this, the more kind of appreciate the fact that it's been doing it quite a long time, and people are still appreciating the music. As long as people appreciate it and want to hear it, I'll do it as long as I'm able to do it.
Okay. Can you tell me about any upcoming songs, concerts, and what's next?
Well, I got a lot going on right now, but songs I have a few songs. I just recorded that one. I recorded what's the other song? And now my mind just went blank. Let me see, Pretty Blue Eyes. I got another song too. Oh, called Baby Hold On. It's just another one. It's in Eubanks and Blaymore. That's another song that's is a great tune. So I have those two songs I just recently recorded, and I'm I do a lot. I mean, I write my own stuff. I sing other artists. I mean, other songwriter stuff. So with me, in the course of a year, it's nothing for me to put out 10 or 12 songs. I just enjoy it. And then on top of that, do covers in between, So I got a lot going on. If you're online, you're going to see me somewhere.
When you're writing a song, did you ever get writer's block or
Yeah,
anything like that?
yeah. I think it happens to everybody. I think sometimes I'll be writing a song and then I'll just get kind of like for a point where you don't want to force it when it comes to writing songs because it'll sound forced. So sometimes I'll come back to it. There's many times I have nowadays on my cell phone. I just record a portion of it, and then when I go back to it again, I'll play what I did before. And then I'll go back on it. So that happens a lot. You get to a verse and you go, I don't quite like that verse, but then a couple days later, I'll change the verses. So I'm constantly working on stuff. I'm working my own stuff. I'm working on other people's stuff. And the exciting part about working with other songwriters, which I have more of appreciation now than I've ever had. When you write your own music, sometimes you tend to get kind of in your own little world. But what's nice about singing other people's songs that you can relate to is you're able to interpret them your way. So a lot of times I get a demo and the demo is sung by somebody, else, and they have their style of doing it. But when I get it, then I kind of redo it to where it fits for me. And sometimes that changes the mood of the song, and sometimes it changes the whole feel of the song just because the voice is different, because the phrasing is different. When you sing it, you're just not going to, certain words sound different, because of the way, your background is. But, music is one of those things. It's an art form, and it's also like it's like anything. You have to acquire a taste for it. Some people are gonna love you, and some people are like, it's all right. But you have to understand that and be okay with that. That everybody's not gonna feel like, oh, your stuff is great. I mean, because everybody's taste is different. Some people like this more and they like that, and they like this voice better than that. And once you understand that, and I think, and you get a more of appreciation, you don't really get that sensitive because online, I tell anybody who's write music or sing, especially young artists, because they always reach out to me and go, "Can you give me some advice on what to do?" I say, first of all, you got to get thick skin. People are going to tell you if they don't like it too. Not only going to tell if they don't like it, they're going to tell you, I don't like it, or it sucks, or you can't sing. Well, they're going to say all kinds of stuff. So you really have to know and be confident in what you do. And you got to say, hey, there's going to be people that are going to love what you do. And there's going to be people that say, and there's going to be people that say, you're just not my cup of tea. And you have to understand that you can't take it personal. And I approach music that way. But in the beginning, you're not very good at it. You're just honing your skills. And you're going to hear a lot of people say, oh, I like it, or it's terrible. you got to, if you want to get better, you got to do a whole bunch of terrible stuff before you get to the good stuff,
Where can people go to see videos, music, and events?
Well, you can go on YouTube and you can just type in Juke Johnson. You'll find a ton of videos from me over the years. You can go to just about any platform, Spotify. You can go to Reverb Nation, and any of those you put in Juke Johnson, you'll find music. Apple, iTunes, SoundCloud. I mean, I'm not everywhere. You can just go on Google and just Google Juke Johnson. I've been doing music long enough now to where it's hard to find me. If you know my name and you put it in, it's going to come up. So that's a good thing. I forget some of the stuff I've done over the years. Been doing it so long now.
Okay. Do you got any hobbies or anything like that?
Yeah, I got a lot of things going on. Yeah, I'm actually, I have I work a full-time job. I'm actually in school. Believe it or not, I'm in a doctorate program. So I have a lot of things going on in my life. I think I've always been that kind of person where I'm always doing a lot of things. But music has always been there through it all. So I find the time somehow to still do music through all of these things I got going on between life and family and children and grandkids and traveling and doing all these things. But I'm still love making music and still at it, man.
Okay. Well, thanks for being on the program tonight.
Thanks for having me again. I think it's like my third time, man, over the years. I appreciate it. I appreciate the invite.
Thank you.